Throughout history, humanity has been captivated by tales of powerful rulers, mystical artifacts, and ambitious endeavors that touch the heavens. These stories, often shrouded in mystery and wonder, have been passed down through generations, each retelling adding a new layer of intrigue and fascination. 3 such stories passed down through generations hold a particular allure. The legend of King Solomon and his magical ring, the myths surrounding the Jinn King and his fiery realm, and the biblical account of the Tower of Babel. Each of these tales offers a glimpse into a world where the supernatural and the divine intersect with human ambition and curiosity. Independently, these stories offer glimpses into a world imbued with magic and wonder. They speak of a time when the boundaries between the natural and the supernatural were fluid, and the impossible seemed within reach. However, when considered together, they hint at a fascinating interconnectedness, a tapestry of ancient lore where the fate of humanity intertwines with the supernatural. These interconnected stories suggest that our ancestors saw the world as a complex web of relationships where every action had a deeper, often mystical significance. These legends, steeped in symbolism and allegory, continue to resonate with us today. They remind us of our own quest for meaning and our desire to understand the mysteries of the universe. They speak to our fascination with the unknown, our desire for power and understanding, and our eternal quest to uncover the secrets of the past, and the eternal struggle between ambition and divine will. These stories serve as a reminder of the delicate balance between human aspiration and the forces beyond our control. As we delve into each story, we find ourselves drawn into a world where the lines between reality and myth blur, leaving us to ponder the hidden truths they might hold. These ancient legends challenge us to look beyond the surface and consider the deeper meanings and lessons they offer. The stories of King Solomon, the Jinn King, and the Tower of Babel, though separated by time and tradition, seem to whisper to each other across the ages. They invite us to explore the connections between different cultures and their shared human experiences. They invite us to consider the possibility that these myths, passed down through countless generations, might contain echoes of real events, obscured by the mists of time. Perhaps within these stories lie the keys to understanding our own place in the grand tapestry of history. King Solomon of Israel, renowned for his wisdom, justice, and wealth, was a figure of immense historical and mythical significance. He is said to have possessed a magical ring, a powerful artifact that has captured the imagination of many throughout the centuries. This ring, often depicted as a signet ring engraved with a hexagram or a Star of David, was not just a piece of jewelry, it was known as the Seal of Solomon, a symbol that has transcended time and culture. It was believed to be a gift from God, granting him dominion over the natural world and its inhabitants, including the Jinn, powerful beings of smokeless fire. These beings, often feared and revered, were said to be under Solomon's command. The Seal of Solomon is more than just a symbol of authority. It embodies the essence of wisdom, divine favor, and the extraordinary capabilities bestowed upon Solomon. It represents the power of wisdom and divine favor, a combination that allowed Solomon to achieve feats that were beyond the reach of ordinary men. Legend has it that the ring granted Solomon the ability to understand the languages of animals, command the elements, and even control the very fabric of reality. This made him not just a king, but a master of the natural and supernatural worlds. With the ring, Solomon could summon and bind Jinn, compelling these mystical beings to do his bidding. This power was not just for show, it had practical applications that changed the course of history. With the ring, Solomon could summon and bind Jinn, compelling them to do his bidding. This power was not just for show, it had practical applications that changed the course of history. He used their immense power to build his magnificent temple in Jerusalem, a structure that stood as a testament to his reign and divine favor. He used their immense power to build his magnificent temple in Jerusalem, a structure that stood as a testament to his reign and divine favor. This temple was not just a building, it was a symbol of his unparalleled wisdom and power, and accomplished feats beyond human capability. The architectural marvels attributed to Solomon's era continue to inspire awe and wonder. The ring became a symbol of Solomon's reign, representing his wisdom, power, and the divine favor bestowed upon him. It was a tangible representation of his extraordinary capabilities, representing his wisdom, power, and the divine favor bestowed upon him. The stories of Solomon and his ring have been passed down through generations, each adding layers of mystique and reverence. The stories of Solomon's ring remind us of the potential that lies dormant within us, waiting to be unlocked through wisdom, understanding, and perhaps a touch of the divine. They serve as a timeless reminder of the extraordinary possibilities that lie within the human spirit, waiting to be unlocked through wisdom, understanding, and perhaps a touch of the divine. These tales inspire us to seek knowledge, embrace wisdom, and recognize the divine potential within us all. In Islamic tradition, jinn are supernatural creatures, often depicted as beings of smokeless fire. They possess free will and are capable of both good and evil. While some jinn chose to serve Solomon, others, resentful of his dominion, plotted against him. At their head was the Jinn King, a powerful and rebellious entity who refused to bow to Solomon's authority. The Jinn King, driven by pride and a desire for freedom, challenged Solomon's rule. The two engaged in a battle of magic and wit, their conflict shaking the very foundations of the earth. Solomon, wielding the power of the divine ring, ultimately prevailed. He imprisoned the Jinn King within a sealed vessel, casting him into the depths of the sea, where he would remain bound by Solomon's magic. The story of the Jinn King serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the consequences of defying divine authority. It also highlights the importance of wisdom and restraint in the face of power. Even with the ability to command supernatural forces, Solomon understood the need for balance and control. The Tower of Babel, a gateway between realms. The tale of the Tower of Babel, recounted in the Book of Genesis, describes a united humanity, emboldened by their technological prowess, attempting to construct a tower that would reach the heavens. Driven by hubris and a desire to make a name for themselves, they sought to challenge God's dominion. This act of defiance angered God, who in response confounded their language, scattering them across the earth and thwarting their ambitious project. Some scholars and esoteric interpretations of the Babel narrative propose a fascinating link to the legends of Solomon and the Jinn. They suggest that the tower was not merely a physical structure, but a symbolic representation of humanity's attempt to breach the veil between the earthly and the divine, perhaps even a portal intended to access the realm of the Jinn. Could the Tower of Babel, built by a united humanity with the aid of powerful, potentially supernatural forces, have been Solomon's undoing? Did the Jinn, seeking to regain their freedom, whisper forbidden knowledge to mankind, sowing the seeds of discord and ambition that led to the tower's construction and humanity's downfall? Echoes of truth in ancient tales. The legends of King Solomon's ring, the rebellious Jinn King, and the Tower of Babel, while fantastical, hold a certain allure. These stories captivate our imagination and transport us to a time when the world was filled with magic and mystery. They offer tantalizing glimpses into a world where the impossible might be possible. Could these myths, passed down through millennia, be more than mere stories? Could they be echoes of a forgotten past, holding secrets that modern science has yet to uncover? Do they contain kernels of truth, obscured by time and embellished by countless retellings? These tales have been passed down through generations, each storyteller adding their own touch, their own interpretation. While modern sensibilities might dismiss these tales as mere fables, we must remember that ancient cultures often used myths and legends to convey complex truths and historical events. These stories were not just entertainment, they were a way to preserve knowledge and wisdom. The stories served as a means of understanding the world around them, explaining natural phenomena, and transmitting cultural values. Perhaps these tales, woven into the fabric of human history, hold deeper meanings yet to be unraveled. They might contain insights into the human condition, our hopes, fears, and dreams. Perhaps they offer a glimpse into a time when the boundaries between our world and the realm of the supernatural were more permeable. A time when the line between reality and fantasy was not as rigid as it is today. As we continue to explore these ancient legends, we may find that the line between myth and reality is far more blurred than we initially believed. The stories of old might hold truths that are just waiting to be discovered. The enduring power of these stories lies in their ability to make us question, wonder, and imagine. They challenge us to think beyond the confines of our everyday reality and to explore the possibilities of what might have been. They remind us that the world is a place of mystery, and that some truths may forever remain hidden, shrouded in the mists of time and legend. Yet, it is this very mystery that keeps us searching, keeps us curious. However, by exploring these ancient tales, we keep the spirit of curiosity alive, delving into the unknown and seeking answers to questions that have puzzled humanity for centuries, reminding ourselves that there is always more to learn, more to discover, and that the journey of seeking knowledge and understanding is just as important as the destination. Each discovery, each new piece of information, adds to the rich tapestry of our collective history, and that the journey of seeking knowledge and understanding is just as important as the destination. It is through this journey that we grow, learn, and continue to be inspired by the echoes of truth in ancient tales.